Numbers 11. Complaint at Taberah. When the people complained intensely in the Lord's hearing, the Lord heard and became angry. Then the Lord's fire burned them and consumed the edges of the camp. When the people cried out to Moses, Moses prayed to the Lord, and the fire subsided. The name of that place was called Taberah, because the Lord's fire burned against them. Complaint over the lack of meat. The riffraff among them had a strong craving. Even the Israelites cried again and said, "Who will give us meat to eat? We remember the fish we ate in Egypt for free, the cucumbers, the melons, the leeks, the onions, and the garlic. Now our lives are wasting away. There is nothing but manna in front of us." The manna was like coriander seed, and its color was like resin. The people would roam around and collect it and grind it with millstones or pound it in a mortar. Then they would boil it in pots and make it into cakes. It tasted like cakes baked in olive oil. When the dew fell on the camp during the night, the manna would fall with it. Moses' complaint about leadership. Moses heard the people crying throughout their clans, each at his tent's entrance. The Lord was outraged, and Moses was upset. Moses said to the Lord, "Why have you treated your servant so badly? And why haven't I found favor in your eyes? For you have placed the burden of all these people on me. Did I conceive all these people? Did I give birth to them? That you would say to me, 'Carry them at the breast, as a nurse carries an unweaned child, to the fertile land that you promised their ancestors.' Where am I to get meat for all these people? They are crying before me and saying, 'Give us meat so we can eat.' I can't bear this people on my own. They're too heavy for me. If you're going to treat me like this, please kill me. If I've found favor in your eyes, then don't let me endure this wretched situation." The Lord said to Moses, "Gather before me 70 men from Israel's elders, whom you know as elders and officers of the people. Take them to the meeting tent and let them stand there with you. Then I'll descend and speak with you there. I'll take some of the Spirit that is on you and place it on them. Then they will carry the burden of the people with you so that you won't bear it alone. To the people you will say, 'Make yourselves holy for tomorrow.' Then you will eat meat, for you've cried in the Lord's hearing, 'Who will give us meat to eat? It was better for us in Egypt.' The Lord will give you meat, and you will eat. You won't eat for just 1 day or 2 days or 5 days or 10 days or 20 days, but for a whole month until it comes out of your nostrils and nauseates you. You've rejected the Lord who's been with you, and you have cried before him, saying, 'Why did we leave Egypt?' Moses said, 'The people I'm with are 600,000 on foot, and you're saying, I will give them meat, and they will eat for a month. Can flocks and herds be found and slaughtered for them? Or can all the fish in the sea be found and caught for them?' The Lord said to Moses, 'Is the Lord's power too weak? Now you will see whether my word will come true for you or not.' So Moses went out and told the people the Lord's words. He assembled 70 men from the people's elders and placed them around the tent. The Lord descended in a cloud, spoke to him, and took some of the Spirit that was on him and placed it on the 70 elders. When the Spirit rested on them, they prophesied, but only this once. 2 men had remained in the camp, one named Eldad, and the second named Medad, and the Spirit rested on them. They were among those registered, but they hadn't gone out to the tent, so they prophesied in the camp. A young man ran and told Moses, "Eldad and Medad are prophesying in the camp." Joshua, Nun's son, and Moses' assistant since his youth, responded, "My master Moses, stop them." Moses said to him, "Are you jealous for my sake? If only all the Lord's people were prophets with the Lord placing his spirit on them. Quail from the sea. Moses and Israel's elders were assembled in the camp. A wind from the Lord blew up and brought quails from the sea. It let them fall by the camp, about a day's journey all around the camp, and about 3 feet deep on the ground. Then the people arose and gathered the quail all that day, all night, and all the next day. The least collected was 10 homers, and they laid them out around the camp. While the meat was still between their teeth and not yet consumed, the Lord's anger blazed against the people. The Lord struck the people with a very great punishment. The name of that place was called Kibroth Hattaavah, because there they buried the people who had the craving. Miriam and Aaron challenged Moses. From Kibroth Hattaavah, the people marched to Hazeroth. Numbers 12. When they were in Hazeroth, Miriam and Aaron criticized Moses on account of the Cushite woman whom he had married, for he had married a Cushite woman. They said, "Has the Lord spoken only through Moses? Hasn't he also spoken through us?" The Lord heard it. Now, the man Moses was humble, more so than anyone on earth. The Lord defends Moses. Immediately, the Lord said to Moses, Aaron, and Miriam, "You 3 go out to the meeting tent." So the 3 of them went out. Then the Lord descended in a column of cloud, stood at the entrance of the tent, and called to Aaron and Miriam. The 2 of them came forward. He said, "Listen to my words. If there is a prophet of the Lord among you, I make myself known to him in visions. I speak to him in dreams, but not with my servant Moses. He has proved to be reliable with all my household. I speak with him face to face, visibly, not in riddles. He sees the Lord's form. So, why aren't you afraid to criticize my servant Moses?" The Lord's anger blazed against them, and they went back. The Lord punishes Miriam. When the cloud went away from over the tent, Miriam suddenly developed a skin disease, flaky like snow. Aaron turned toward Miriam and saw her skin disease. Then Aaron said to Moses, "O my master, please don't punish us for the sin that we foolishly committed. Please don't let her be like the stillborn, whose flesh is half eaten as it comes out of the mother's womb." So Moses cried to the Lord, "God, please heal her." The Lord said to Moses, "If her father had spit in her face, would she not be shamed for 7 days? Let her be shut out of the camp for 7 days, and afterward she will be brought back." So they shut Miriam out of the camp 7 days, and the people didn't march until Miriam was brought back. Afterward, the people marched from Hazeroth, and they camped in the Paran desert. Numbers 13. Leaders explore the land of Canaan. The Lord spoke to Moses, "Send out men to explore the land of Canaan, which I'm giving to the Israelites. Send 1 man from each ancestral tribe, each a chief among them." So Moses sent them out from the Paran desert according to the Lord's command. All the men were leaders among the Israelites. These are their names: from the tribe of Reuben, Shammua, Zakkur's son; from the tribe of Simeon, Shaphat, Hori's son; from the tribe of Judah, Caleb, Jephunneh's son; from the tribe of Issachar, Igal, Joseph's son; from the tribe of Ephraim, Hoshea, Nun's son; from the tribe of Benjamin, Palti, Raphu's son; from the tribe of Zebulun, Gadiel, Sodi's son; from the tribe of Joseph; from the tribe of Manasseh, Gadi, Suzi's son; from the tribe of Dan, Amiel, Gemali's son; from the tribe of Asher, Sethur, Michael's son; from the tribe of Naphtali, Nabi, Vophsi's son; from the tribe of Gad, Gul, Machi's son. These are the names of the men whom Moses sent out to explore the land. Moses changed the name of Hoshea, Nun's son, to Joshua. When Moses sent them out to explore the land of Canaan, he said to them, "Go up there into the arid southern plain and into the mountains. You must inspect the land. What is it like? Are the people who live in it strong or weak, few or many? Is the land in which they live good or bad? Are the towns in which they live camps or fortresses? Is the land rich or poor? Are there trees in it or not? Be courageous and bring back the land's fruit." It was the season of the first ripe grapes. They went up and explored the land from the Zin desert to Rehob, near Lebo Hamath. They went up into the arid southern plain and entered Hebron, where Ahiman, Sheshai, and Talmai, the descendants of the Anakites, lived. Hebron was built 7 years before Tanis in Egypt. Then they entered the cluster ravine, cut down from there a branch with one cluster of grapes, and carried it on a pole between them. They also took pomegranates and figs. That place was called the cluster ravine because of the cluster of grapes that the Israelites cut down from there. Report about the land of Canaan. They returned from exploring the land after 40 days. They went directly to Moses, Aaron, and the entire Israelite community in the Paran Desert at Kadesh. They brought back a report to them and to the entire community and showed them the land's fruit. Then they gave their report. "We entered the land to which you sent us. It's actually full of milk and honey, and this is its fruit. There are, however, powerful people who live in the land. The cities have huge fortifications, and we even saw the descendants of the Anakites there. The Amalekites live in the land of the arid southern plain. The Hittites, Jebusites, and Amorites live in the mountains, and the Canaanites live by the sea and along the Jordan." Now Caleb calmed the people before Moses and said, "We must go up and take possession of it, because we are more than able to do it." But the men who went up with him said, "We can't go up against the people because they are stronger than we." They started a rumor about the land that they had explored, telling the Israelites, "The land that we crossed over to explore is a land that devours its residents. All the people we saw in it are huge men. We saw there the Nephilim, the descendants of Anak come from the Nephilim. We saw ourselves as grasshoppers, and that's how we appeared to them.